All right, I think I am live. I'm doing this by myself, guys, so bear with me. I chose pink on my name thing because I thought it'd be funny. I think I figured out how to do a Google Hangout all by myself. So if you guys can hear me, go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Let me see if I can let you guys know. Refresh page. What? It's asking me to hold on. All right, hold on. I gotta check something real quick, guys. Bear with me. If you guys can hear me, see me, let me know in the comments below, and we'll get started here in a couple minutes. All right. Gotta check something. All right. All right, cool. Where was I? Okay, let me refresh this page. Make sure this thing's working. Hopefully this thing's working. All right, cool. Sweet. Sweet, I did it. I did it, guys. It works. Cool. All right, everybody quiet. All right, cool. This is cool. So yeah, usually I have Mike with me on these ones, but unfortunately he's without a computer at the moment, and I had to figure out, he's been doing the Google Hangout setup this entire time, and I had to figure out how to do it on my own within like 15 minutes. So and the way I did that was I went to good old Google and just typed in how to start a Hangout. So it's possible, guys. It is possible. Let me get myself situated, and let me see who's in here. We got Jennifer Nash, Esther, Tom, Mark. Sweet, sweet. The usual suspects. All right, cool. Let me close out. I have like a million tabs open right now because I was trying to figure this thing out. Hold on one second. Okay, that's all right. See if I close something, this thing kicks me off. My apologies. Just closing all my tabs here. Log that out. Log that out. All right, cool. Wow. I had like 20 tabs open. Okay. Let me see here. Ian's here. Cool. All right, guys. Let me get one last thing. Let me minimize this. This really is a process. I hope you guys are out there doing this on your own because this is a really good learning experience. All right. How's the weather for you guys, by the way? Is it cold where you're at? Jennifer, I know you're up in New York. It's probably insanely cold out there compared to where I'm at right now. Let me see here. Just pop it in. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Close that. All right. It's 4:09. We'll get started at 4:10. Once that thing clicks over to 4:10, we'll get rolling. Oh, there it goes. All right, cool. So yeah, what's going on, guys? You guys have probably seen some stuff. We've had a few things. I want to start this hangout off on a positive note. There's a few of you guys out there that are just, you're getting sales on a daily basis, that tripwire sale. And that's awesome. I love seeing that stuff because you guys are, it just goes to show that the system's working. I have a few updates that I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as the sales funnel goes, what we've been seeing as far as like back-end conversions and all that, front-end conversions, back-end conversions. Some of the stuff with support, for those of you who have been patiently waiting for a response. There's a few of you that have been patiently waiting for a response. We haven't been able to get to everybody yet because with the new system that we rolled out, it was kind of like the transition. If you've ever made the transition from a Windows computer or a PC to a Mac, it was quite different. And so a lot of people were just confused as to what to do, right? Because the layout was completely different. The training was all different. It was like we just kind of took away what you had and just gave you something completely new and said, here, go, right? And so there was a lot of people just confused. Obviously, it's working. We knew it was going to work because we've tested it, and we knew that the sales process is going to work. And it's really cool to see once you guys got your bearings, once you guys understood what was going on, how to activate your affiliate account, how the whole system works. You guys just started going out there and making driving sales, and that's what it's all about. And actually applying the training. And you guys have seen stuff in the group, in the emails and other hangouts where we're talking about good traffic sources, bad traffic sources. All in all, guys, if you're out there driving traffic, just go drive traffic that converts, okay? If you want to do rev share traffic buying, that's fine. Do what you're going to do. But, just make sure that when you're sending it to an offer, like a lot of those rev shares, if you send traffic back to the rev share, that's where you're going to make your money. But if you're trying to send it to an actual offer, it's really hard to target that audience, right? And so that's why you're going to see a lot lower conversions with that kind of traffic. You might get a sell here and there, but you're going to see a lot lower conversions. So that's why we kind of wanted to steer you away from it, from that kind of stuff. But if you want to do it to go make money, sell on the rev share, go right ahead. I'm all about making more money. So what else do I got? Let me see here. It's kind of weird not having a partner in crime here online, but I actually kind of like it. I like hanging out with you guys. Just me in my backyard. It's a Tuesday. Hope you guys had for those of you in the U.S., a happy Thanksgiving. For those of you outside the U.S., hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I also want to do, at the end of this, I want to do a Q&A. I'm going to be telling you guys about some stuff that's coming up, but I also want to give you guys some coaching. I want to give you guys some value today on this hangout. I want to give you guys some real hands-on stuff that you can go out there and apply after watching this hangout. I don't want to just, I want to be here to lift you up and give you the inspiration and motivation to go out there and start making stuff happen. But, I don't want to give you the typical, come on my hangout, it's an MLM pitch type deal. As you can see, there's no button to join here. This is just where I'm delivering pure good value. And so a lot of you guys are actually stuck. I've been stuck. There's days where I still feel stuck, where I'm like, I can't progress, and it's really frustrating, and I get it. I've been there. I still hit those days. We all hit those days. I don't care what level you're at. You're going to hit those days where you just feel stuck, like there's no more to push on. And what I want you guys to understand is that it's really just one more push, just that one more push to go make it happen. Whether your problem is driving traffic, whether your problem is getting sales, whether your problem is just getting off the ground and getting your business rolling, what it comes down to is you being consistent and really just on a daily basis, be consistent with actions that you need to take in order to make it happen. A lot of people, I heard this today on a podcast, and they were talking about, dream boards and stuff like that, and the hype behind them, but the realness to them. And if for those of you who don't know what a dream board is, it's basically like this cork board that they tell you to put up right on your wall, and you want to pin up a bunch of like images of things that you want to accomplish, like a nice house, maybe it's a happy family, maybe it's a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, whatever it is, a nice watch, the dream vacation, whatever it is, right? The things that you want to accomplish in this lifetime. However, they had a nice twist to it. And this is why I've never really done a dream board, because I just thought, like, just imagining something is not going to make it happen, right? Sitting there on your couch imagining a Lamborghini isn't going to make one magically appear in my garage, right? It's just not how it works. It's the actions you take that'll make it happen, okay? So the daily consistent actions that you need to do in order to make your business take off, in order to hit those goals that you want, it really comes down to you mapping out, literally, what people need to do is get off their lazy ass, just get out a sheet of paper and take a pen and write down what it is you want to accomplish. Then directly underneath that, how are you going to accomplish it? Is it you're going to get X amount of visitors to your website? Is it you have to make this many sales? Do you have to get this many leads? Do you have to make more videos? Do you have to, actually that comes later, because once you have your what you want to accomplish, Then you have a list of how you're going to accomplish it. And that's going to change as you start doing stuff. You're like, oh, I have to shift this. I can't do this in order to make this. I have to do this. Stuff's going to change. And then once you're out there and you're developing this plan of action, you're executing just day in, day out, just executing. Then you have to figure out what you're to make those actions better. Okay, I need more traffic. So in order to get more traffic, I need to make more videos, or I need to buy more ads, or I need to get better at targeting my audience. But you can't come up with that list if you're not doing anything. Makes sense. You've probably heard that metaphor, you can't steer a parked ship, right? It has to be moving. Same thing. You can't get your business off the ground unless you're moving it, right? Unless you're directing it in a certain way. And so hopefully this is making sense to you. I highly recommend, maybe on a document on your computer, or, making a dream board or whatever. Instead of making a dream board of the end goal, make a dream board of the actions that you need to do on a daily basis, so that when you look up at it, you see an image of someone like making a video, or you see an image of someone writing, like, okay, I need to make a blog post, or someone doing market research, stuff like that. That way, when you look up at it, you can envision, okay, I need to do those things to get to the end goal that's in here. Make sense? So hopefully this is helping you guys out so far. Again, like I said, I don't want to be all rah-rah and everything like that, but this is what it really comes down to. And that's why within the Angle of Attack Blueprint, for those of you inside of Automated Wealth Network, the first thing that I teach you is the intrinsic actions, right? The things that happen inside your head in order for you to take the action necessary in order to hit your goal. Because I could tell you, we can sit here and tell you all day long how to do it, but it's not until you have that, until you're cornered, or you actually have that feeling in your mind of, all right, enough's enough. What do I need to do to make this happen? And until you make that decision, nothing's ever going to happen in your business. Okay. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter flying over. It's pretty cool. It's a big one. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it was pretty loud. I love helicopters. But if you're stuck, if you feel like you can't go on anymore, think about the lady who was able to pick up a car. She was like $120, and she picks up this half-ton car because her baby's underneath it, right? You have to get that adrenaline. You have to get your why inside in order to be able to put in the action that you need in order to get your business off the ground. Because a lot of you are here, you're online, you're trying to build a business because you want financial freedom, right? Financial freedom means a ton of different things to different people. And so whatever it means to you, whether that's to quit your job, whether that's to pay off your debt, whether that's to just go travel whenever you want, whether that's to provide more for your family. I don't know what your why is. You have to know what your why is, and you have to hold on to it. And it has to be so strong that you're going to be willing to do whatever the hell it takes in order to hit it. Okay. And so to get really, hopefully I'm driving this home. What I'm trying to get across is, don't focus on the end goal. It's good to have a goal. It's good to have it out there, and you put it out there and say, okay, I want to hit this. But having your goal attached to something monetary, having your end goal attached to something that's you think is gonna make you feel like having a lot of money is gonna make me feel free. Having a successful business is gonna help me feel relieved. Like, honestly, when you have a successful business, depending on the business that you have, a lot of times you'll hit that business, you'll get that business, you'll hit your goal, and then you're more stressed out than when you first started. It's hilarious. It's weird how that happens. And this is actually kind of the transition that I'm personally going through right now. It's like, back in 2012, I thought I need to have my own system, right? So I did everything I could. I went through all my training. I kept trying to build one. I kept trying to build one, trying to build one. It wasn't until the 4th or 5th try that we launched the first version of Automated Wealth Network, right? And the funny thing is we launched AWN, and then I realized, like, crap, like, we need to make this thing better. We can make this thing totally better, like 100 times better. So we went back to the drawing board and said, let's do it again. Let's try it again. Boom, launched AWN 2.0, right? Now with the size that AWN is now, and it's guys, this thing hasn't even gotten started yet. It actually brought on more of the stress. It's like, oh man, we need support. We need full-time developers. We need better hosting, better servers. We need to like blow this thing up on massive servers. We need to stay up to date with our content. There's a lot of stuff going on with it, and it's just, I got into this business to create time freedom, to create financial freedom for myself. But when it came down to it, I'm always working on AWN. This thing never stops, right? If I stopped, if Michael stopped, if Brandon stopped, this thing would just crumble, right? And so we have to constantly keep it updated. And so what I want you guys to realize is you guys are going after big dreams, big goals. And I will push you as much as I can to get you to do it, because I think it's such what's the word I'm looking for? Not really freeing. It's more of an enlightening feeling, knowing that you've hit your goal and then realizing that that goal isn't what's going to make you happy. It's the person that you become in the process. And so when you're out there and you're struggling and something's not working, what's happening is inside your brain, that pain that's happening is the chemicals that are being released as fear that's telling your body to stop, shut down, quit, right? But what happens is when you push through that, just like if any of you have ever been a marathon runner, or you've actually lost a lot of weight at one point in your life, you know that process is painful. But once you get through it, you become a different person, right? Same thing happens in business. You have to push through it. You have to keep going. You have to keep learning, keep trying. And then once you get through it, you're going to look back and go, that was nothing, right? This is nothing. And then you'll see other people that you're trying to coach and pull them through, and they're sitting there, they're complaining, it's not working. It's like, no, you're just not the person that you need to be yet. Right? And that's all it is. So in order for you guys to hit your goals, you have to become the person worthy of those goals. All right. So hopefully I talked to at least one of you on this hangout right now. And if you're liking this, let me know in the comments. I know this thing has a lag for those of you watching it live, but I want to make sure that you guys you guys are getting what I'm trying to get across here. Justin said my why is my kids, and that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. There you go, dude. Like that's it. I got to a point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired too, and that's what pushed me off the ledge to dive into internet marketing. It's the feds. Yeah, so yeah, let me know if you guys are understanding what the hell I'm talking about. Otherwise I'll just keep rambling on. But I really want to give you guys the transparency of understanding, like, I'm no different than any of you guys sitting here on this hangout. Some of the mentors that I used to follow when I first got started online, they had hangouts and they were on these things, and I was just like, man, those guys are way above like what I'll ever be, right? And like, here I am, I'm on a hangout with a bunch of you guys, like, you guys follow me. This is cool. And because I'm here to give you guys some good stuff. You're experiencing my skill as far as building websites, sales funnels, and training courses and everything like that. But look, guys, I'm no different than you, and you guys could probably accomplish way more than I ever will. And so, don't think just because Tim and Mike have AWN that you can't go out there and blow up past us. That's what we actually encourage you guys to do. And that's why sometimes we're a little hard on you guys. And that's because for those of you who are thick-skinned enough to really be in this game of internet marketing and entrepreneurship, you guys are the ones who are just gonna be like, F this, I'm going. I'm all right, let's go, right? Let's run. Because that's how I learned, is when I was going through flight school. The best way I learned was when someone was putting their finger in my face and telling me that, I better not F up, right? And that was scary. At 18 years old, you're flying a helicopter and you got some chief pilot pointing his finger in your face telling you don't F up. And it's like, whoa. And so it made me a really safe pilot. And so, like, what we want to tell you guys is like kind of the complete opposite. Go out there and mess up. Like, just go mess up, because your success is going to be through your failures. The more you fail, the bigger you're going to succeed. Okay. So take that for what it's worth. All right. All right. We got some. All right. So cool. So I just refreshed the comments. I think I got you. It's all about mindset. A great book. Think and Grow Rich. Yep. All right. Cool. You guys are getting this. This is cool. All right. I love these comments. That's right. Yeah, Ricky says being hard is what gets it done. Yeah, exactly. Like we guys, we love you guys. We appreciate you. You know, without you guys, it wouldn't be Automated Wealth Network. But the truth is if we're here to I heard this before, it's hilarious. You know, if we're here to hold your hand, touch your butt, and walk you through a field of flowers, no one's gonna be pushed up against their back and, you know, and claw and fight their way out. Because when you fight your way out of something, it's a victory. You know, for those of you who watch American football, it's not a good Super Bowl game if there's no one chasing the. I don't even know American football. Why am I talking about it? Yeah, I'm gonna look like an idiot right now, but you know, the quarterback throws it to the linebacker, whoever runs the ball into the field goal, or the end zone. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Into the end zone, touchdown. God, I feel like an idiot because I don't know about football. I just don't watch sports. But you know, it's not a good game unless a 300-pound linebacker is trying to rip your head off. You know what I mean? And if that guy rips your head off, but you still get up and come back and win, that's a good game, right? Advertisable. Anyways, I went off on a tangent there, but you know, it's not going to be easy for a lot of you. And unfortunately, for those of you who are on here right now, a year from now, 2 years from now, there's some of you that are watching right now that are not going to be in this game anymore, simply because it just got too hard for you and you didn't have the skin thick enough in order to get through it. And that's the reality of it. You know, it's going to get hard. It's going to take a lot out of you. Especially when you're going after big things. If you want to go after affiliate marketing, like if you just want to be that complete underground person who's like, no one knows who you are, but you're just running ad campaigns that are just, you know, you're doing CPAs and you're in certain networks that, you know, you're in like these really deep niches, very profitable ones, and you're running ads, you're spending like $2,000-$3,000 a day, making $200,000 a day. You can do that without anyone ever knowing who the hell you are. But even then, like it's going to take, depending on how far you want to go with this, it's going to take really thick skin. Okay. Now the lifestyle, the dream of having everything that you want, it's a really good idea. It is a really good idea and it feels good. But what happens is a lot of people don't execute on achieving that dream, because if you execute and it doesn't work, that dream is gone. Right? You just realized that dream is going to be a lot harder to accomplish than what you had in your head, and that dopamine isn't going anymore. Now it's fear, right? And that's why a lot of people quit. That's why they give up. That's why they sit there on forums and complain all day. But when you can, and this is why I'm telling you guys this stuff to really give you guys the insider's look as to how your brain works. That way, when you do come up to fear and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, like fear can paralyze you. And so when you understand like what you're feeling, when you have to write an ad, when you have to write a blog post, when you need to start building that list, there's a chemical that's released in your body that it's like the fear chemical. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a fear chemical that paralyzes you and it stops you from working and you don't push through it, right? But if you can push through it, then that's going to keep you going. Then you're going to get those small wins and that dopamine is going to hit in your brain. You're like, yes, I got this. And then you start rolling it, right? And that's another reason why I teach in the Angle of Attack Blueprint. I don't know if you guys understand this, but that Angle of Attack Blueprint is worth $1,000 by itself. Okay, that course is worth $1,000. When you're able to understand the message and the strategy that I'm conveying in that course for $7, like I literally gave you guys my best stuff. Okay, but going back to it, you know, that's why I teach leverage the small wins, even the bad ones, because even getting the bad ones out there and putting it out there and being transparent, it's going to help you feel good. Like, I'm sharing this, I'm getting it out. And even the small ones, like, hey, I got my first lead. Hey, and that's going to attract someone that doesn't have any leads. And then when you get 2-3 leads, let's say you get 5 more leads, you're like, hey, you make another video. Hey, I just got 5 leads. And then that's going to attract people who have never gotten 5 leads. And you know, see how it snowballs on itself. And so that's why I want to teach you guys, like, just get out there, get past the fear. If you feel afraid, if something scares you, if you need to make an investment that scares the shit out of you, or if you need to, you know, be committed to writing content on a daily basis, if you need to make your first video, do it. You're not going to die. Okay. It's like, if you ever seen that movie, The Hangover, they get all pissed off at the Asian guy, right? What's his name? Mr. Chan. I think his name is Mr. Chan. And they get all pissed off at him. He goes, "But did you die?" And they just kind of like look around like, "No, we didn't die." You know? So that's the whole thing with this marketing. You're not going to die. Even if you run out of money, you're not going to die. Money's it's an object. It's a thing. It's an idea. You can just create more of it. And that's what I want to do, is really let you guys see the big picture of, you're not here to make money. Okay. Money's a byproduct of what you need to do. All right. So if you're out there making videos, you're sharing content, you're giving goodwill, and you just want to, you got to get out of the mindset of, I need to make money. Because then if you're in that mindset of, I need to make money, you're going to be afraid to spend it. And you're going to get really impatient because it's not happening as fast as you want it to. Okay. So let me see. I want to read some of these comments here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jennifer Nash said, feel the fear and do it anyway. Yep. I know that quitters will never win and winners will never quit. That's true. All right. Money is a problem. Everyone gives these ideas. You can't afford to pay it at the moment. Yeah. Jabari, I think I'm pronouncing your name correct. Yeah, everyone gives these ideas and then wants you to pay something that you can't afford to pay at the moment. Yeah, man. That does happen. And if money, like for some of you that are on here right now, if money's an issue, what I would recommend is, if you want to get into this world of making more money, and a lot of people come up to me like, Tim, how do I get this thing going? How do I get money for ads that I need to run for my business? How do I get the money to pay for this domain name and get a website built? And how do I get money to buy this course or to invest in this coaching? How would you do it? If I was in your situation, I would go out and get a job. Okay. And that job, I don't care what it is, I would probably get a night shift, like at a bar or something. Maybe like as a bouncer, I don't know. And or at a like Target or whatever, being like doing stock stuff, something that doesn't involve a lot of thinking, right? So I can think about my business. And I would get a job, and I would save up, probably move back in with my parents, and then I would save some money. And then during the day, I would invest that money into building my business one step at a time. I'd get a website up. And then getting a domain and hosting is probably $30 up front, right? And then I'd go on Google and learn how to build a website. And then I'd probably get on YouTube and start making videos, promoting stuff off of like ClickBank or something like that. That's how I'd start going. And then I start learning marketing as time goes on. That's how I do the job. Okay. Yeah, that's how I'd basically fix that. I've asked about value and giving value. Does the world really need another blog post on how to set up a WordPress site? Yes and no, Mark. You can make a blog post about how to set up a WordPress site. What I would do is how to set up a WordPress site. If you're going that route, maybe I would talk about how to upload images to WordPress, stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be hard to compete with those kind of keywords, like how to set up a WordPress site. But what I would recommend you do is start making those videos on how to make a WordPress site, stuff like that. That way you get better at video. No one will really watch them or see them right out the gate, unless you share it like on social media and stuff like that. But what I'd recommend you guys do is find your niche. Like, find what it is you're really good at, whether it's building websites, whether it's, sales, whether it's making videos, whether it's promoting products, whatever it is. I heard this piece of advice from, I don't know if you guys know who John Lee Dumas is, but he always says, go an inch wide and a mile deep, meaning don't try to do everything and then make money from that. Make money, like try to get in this one small little niche and just go a mile deep with it and just get really, really, really freaking good at it to where you're the best, you know what I mean, at this one thing, and just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And you'll get better and better and better. And you'll start, you'll start getting traction. You'll start getting better at doing videos, and then maybe you start teaching doing videos and stuff like that. It's all an evolution process, Mark. It's not about, well, is anyone going to watch this? Who gives a shit if anyone's going to watch it? I know you guys are watching this, right? But I didn't know when I launched AWN if anyone is ever going to go to it. I just had an idea and I thought this would be great, right? So then I just like put it out there. Is anyone going to go? I don't know. And we put it on, we made some videos, ranked them on YouTube, the way we teach you guys how to do, and boom, we launched AWN. Look what it is now, right? So you just got to start small. You got to start small. Boom, 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 boom. And then finally, eventually, you're going to find your niche. You're going to find what you're really good at, what you're passionate at, and you're going to want to stick to that and then just like nail that one home, okay? Hopefully it helped you out there, Mark. And so Igor's thinking about Fiverr. Yeah, Justin, did you hear me say that one time? Give value by sharing why, sell the how. Yeah, it's basically what you want to do when you guys are out there creating stuff and giving value. You want to give value on sharing what to do, and then your product is how to do it, right? So you want to get the people believing in like, okay, I need to do this, but how do I do it? Oh, here, go buy my product, right? That's how marketing works. That's just how it works. Yeah, so let me see here. I'm getting off track reading these comments, but I love these comments. All right, let's see here. Let's see what Jennifer Nash says. Start with zero money, and I worked my butt off making YouTube videos that were free and shared them on social media and direct them all to my affiliate page. As long as you're consistent and persistent, you will. Yeah, exactly. Boom. See, there you go. That's how you do it. Okay. And you didn't have to pay to learn that. Jennifer just dropped that on you guys. So it really comes down to you guys. Like I was saying before, you have this fear of what if it doesn't work, and you're afraid of actually putting yourself out there and putting in the work before you get paid. And that's an employee's mindset. That's an employee mindset. It's not an entrepreneur mindset. You guys want to be the entrepreneur mindset of investment. I'm going to invest my time. I'm committed because I truly believe this will work. And you know what? If it doesn't work, you're the entrepreneur. Figure it out. Keep being persistent and keep going. Just keep at it, right? That's what you want to do. You know, AWN wasn't a massive success. It was just this constant evolution of progression. And then when we closed down the doors and then reopened, again, it wasn't a massive success. I thought it was just going to blow up, right? I was like, yeah, right. It wasn't. It's slow. It just kind of picked up where AWN left off, and it's just slowly kind of cranking, right? It's not this massive overnight success, but we're building, we're tweaking, we keep going. We're actually, this is going to lead me into the next part that I want to talk about is the upcoming phases of the new AWN. The front part of the funnel, guys, I don't know if you guys know this. For those of you driving really good traffic, there's a few of you in here. Jennifer, you're driving some. I don't know if Marissa is on here. Yeah, I see her. There she is. Yeah, Marissa Bush. She's been driving some good traffic. She's been getting consistent sales. Jennifer's been getting consistent sales. Karen's been getting sales. Mark, Steve, you know, the usual suspects, right? You guys got to keep in mind that what they're doing to keep their business going is they're consistent enough to keep making it work, okay? And on the front end, if you drive good traffic and you're consistent enough, you're building your YouTube following, or you're doing Facebook marketing, whatever it is you want, I really don't care what you guys are doing. As long as you're consistent enough and you believe in what you're doing is going to work, then go out there and do it, okay? I was actually, and I will admit to this, I was actually doing you guys a disservice a few months ago by saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, because I was limiting you guys, and I was kind of, I know what works online for me. I know what works online for Michael. However, some things that work for other people is Facebook marketing. Some things that work for other people is the traffic revenue sharing, stuff like that. Some things that work for other people is spamming Facebook groups, right? As much as I'm against it, for some people, it just works for them, and they love doing it. And so what I want to do, what I want to put out there on the table right now is, you know, I just want to see you guys be consistent enough so that you can you can live the life that you want, because I know how important it is to you guys. I'm getting all choked up just talking about it, but I know how important it is to want to get out there and make shit happen, that you're going to do whatever it takes. And so I don't want to be the guy shitting on what you want to go out there and do, because that's what makes you feel good. That's what makes you go out there, become a better marketer, because I used to do it in the past. I used to do those review videos. I used to do spamming groups on Facebook. I used to buy traffic from Fiverr. I used to do whatever I had to do to make it work. And I didn't really have anyone tell me not to do that. They just kind of allowed me to figure my way out. And I think that's more powerful than telling you guys exactly what to do. And so from here on out, what I want to do is I want to make sure that Automated Wealth Network is a safe place for you guys to go, hey, I tried this, it's not working. And for us to be like, okay, instead of being like, well, you dumbass, why'd you go do that? I just want to be, supportive of what you're doing, but kind of help you guys and direct you guys in the way that you guys need to go, okay? And if you fall back on our training, actually apply that training, it's actually going to probably work better for you in the long run, all right? So anyway, I went off on a huge tangent there. It happens to me all the time. Going back to Automated Wealth Network and the conversions and everything like that, for those of you driving really good traffic, you know that the front end, the capture page converts. It really does convert at about 50% from visitor to opt-in. 30 to 50%, right? 50% on a good day, 30 on a bad. That sales video converts at between 8 and 10%, okay? So out of the leads that opted in, about 8 to 10% of those people will buy that first product, right? And then about 50% of those people will buy the upsell. And that's where it kind of drops off. No back ends yet, all right? So what we're doing is we're actually changing the front end just a little bit. We're tweaking it. And we're creating more of what I like to call a sales capture. And what that is basically it's a sales video structure. It's a sales video with the long form sales letter underneath it. And in order to get the product, all you do is you opt in and then you go to the buy page, right? So I like to call it a sales capture. And so you basically send them directly to a sales page. It's got to be good though. If you guys are out there creating your own, we're going to go out, we've built it already, but we're going to go out there and test it in the field first. And if you guys want to go out there, if you're using ClickFunnels or PLS and you want to try this out for yourselves, by all means, make sure that you have your video sales letter, right? The video part, a good headline that's going to grab them the second they land on your page. Make it as controversial as you want in order to get them to stay on that page. And then underneath it is just the copy that you put on in the long form sales letter is the copy from the video, but just reformatted underneath it. Make sense? So we're going to try that out and send all of our traffic to that page and then get them to opt in. And once they opt in, boom, they go to the buy page. Instead of having to opt in, go to a video that has a timer button on it, and then they have to click the button to go to the buy page. This is basically eliminating two of those things to where they just land on the page, and if they want it, they're going to buy it right there. Make sense? And you're going to capture a lead. So that's what we want to do on the front end. We're going to keep core as the same upsell. So we're going to keep core where it's at, and then we're actually changing up the back end. We're going to change underground. We're going to actually bring the price down to a $67 a month coaching. Okay, so underground's going to be more geared around coaching, so that if you guys want like actual coaching where we get in there and we get it into your businesses and say, okay, show me your links, show me where you're putting, and we can get in there and coach you live in the underground area, so that you guys get, you know, all that coaching on a monthly basis. I want to do it on a weekly basis, but we're going to charge $67 a month for that, and that's going to be automatically right after the people who buy the core membership. Okay, and then after they buy core, then they're going to be sent to underground. Instead of going directly to AWN Academy, what we're going to do is we're actually going to close the doors. We're going to make that more of like an evergreen funnel. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, more of an evergreen funnel to where they can buy everything, or if they just buy the first thing, on the thank you page for purchasing, we're going to say thank you. It's going to be, I'm going to make a video and thank you. Here's where everything's at. Make sure you jump on this free, this live training that we do every week to make sure that you know how to get your business off the ground fast. And that's going to be the webinar for Academy. So the way we're kind of restructuring the funnel to make it even more optimized for you guys to get even more sales. And it's just going to, I think this final change is just going to make it explode like wildfire. and it's going to be pretty exciting. Our support, we're actually catching up with support. You know, like I was saying in the beginning, for those of you who missed the beginning, you know, when we relaunched AWN, there was a ton of support tickets just in there, and we're trying to get through them. And again, it's just 3 of us, and it's just been a headache. So we're trying to get through them. So thank you for being patient. We're trying to work out that process as far as like having a good support team and everything like that. Also, yeah, we're restructuring the funnel and redoing some sales videos. We got the toolbox should be working now. For those of you who are worried about the toolbox, that was a little glitch that we did on our end. We fixed that. Should be working now. And then we also, what I want to do, I'm going to try and keep this under an hour. Let me see here. I'm actually going to, let me read some of these comments. Yeah, cool. Do you think that name could be sending emails? Let me see. Yeah, cool. Cool. You guys are awesome. It's kind of weird. I'm just sitting in my backyard. It's getting a little dark out here, but it's so nice out. Like I'm in my socks and a t-shirt, you know, just hanging out with you guys. This is so cool. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, Alec, we are getting the traffic vendors page ready. This is one thing that we were working on last week, and then with the Thanksgiving weekend and everything like that, it just kind of like slowed everything down. So you can expect that probably in a few days. Okay, we're going to open up the doors to our traffic vendors who specialize in the home-based business opportunity traffic. They have ads all over Facebook, all over Bing, Google, you name it. Like they have ads everywhere, and they put you on a rotator to buy that traffic, and it converts really well. For those of you who have PLS or ClickFunnels, I highly recommend that if you do purchase some traffic through our vendors, that you create a capture page that's unique, that's going to stand out, and that has a 2-step opt-in form. Okay. That's going to convert. We've been seeing conversions as high as 60% opt-in rates with that type of capture page. All right, just a plain, like a box with a background that says, you know, has your headline, your hook, and then a button, and the opt-in form will pop up. You can create that in PLS or in ClickFunnels really easily. And so, where was I going? What was I going to talk about? So those are the updates with AWN. Hopefully I helped you guys with the beginning of this hangout, gave you guys some really good coaching as to how to push through and get your business off the ground. And then, our next hangout, guys, we're going to be doing a hangout probably, I think I don't have my calendar. I think we scheduled it next Thursday. Next Thursday afternoon, we have a very special guest coming on. Excited for it. We have someone coming on that hold on, I'm checking something real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be me, Mike, and this probably have Brandon on as well, and a surprise guest, so that you guys can get some value from him as well, and some really big things that are coming to AWN. So you guys are in a really good spot. Thank you for being so patient with persevering with us and really letting us work through the bugs and the glitches and stuff like that, and getting through this process of the transition of AWN. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys are awesome, showing up on the hangouts and just being there, and whatever you guys are doing, I know you guys can accomplish big things, because I know that's what I've been able to do, and all you guys have to do is just follow what we teach you and just apply it on a daily basis, and you guys will kill it. All right, so yeah, next Thursday is December 10th. Yes. So next Thursday, expect to hang out with me, Mike, Brandon, and a special guest that we're bringing on. And we'll also have some more announcements for the new AWN as we roll it out. Some big things that are coming. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is going to be a nice short little hangout. Let you guys get back to your families, get back to marketing. And we'll see you guys in the next hangout. All right. I will... let me see if I can close this thing out without looking awkward on camera. Oh, where'd my page go? Oh, crap. Oh, there it is. See you guys.